When looking for tomatoes, you should look for very ripe and fresh tomatoes because you don't want squishy tomatoes with your tabouli or it won't taste good. This is the traditional Italian flat parsley, but I will be using the alternative, which is normal parsley because it's easier to mince. First up is put on an apron because you don't want to get your white shirt dirty. Next, wash your hands under some warm water. Next, we will be washing our vegetables under some cold water. First is the parsley. I like to put it in a bowl, let it soak in the water a bit because there's a lot of layers in the leaves and you want to clean as much as you can of it. Next, we wash our tomatoes, and then after that our green onions. And then we are done washing vegetables. First vegetable we will be cutting are tomatoes, and tomatoes I like to cut from the top vertically down and then cut thin strips across and then dice them as small as you can. next vegetable that we will be cutting are our green onions. And first you cut both ends off of the onion, and then if you have a really thick onion, you would cut right in the middle of it all the way down, just because you don't want big chunks of onion in your tabouli while you're eating it. Next, we will be juicing our lemons in a lemon juicer. And I like to only squeeze 2 lemons, and then the other 3 lemons I would be putting on the tabouli the next day when I would be eating it, because just so it can be fresh and it wouldn't be dry in the morning. Next, I'll be putting the burghul and then the lemon juice on top of the burghul, just so the burghul can soak up lemon juice so it wouldn't be hard. Next, I get the mint leaves and I put them on top of each other and roll them in a wrap, and then just start mincing them. Cutting the parsley, you want to make sure you get all the ends onto one side, just so you can cut them all off at the same time so it can be easier, because you don't want to be eating that. Once all the ends are off, what you want to do is just start mincing the parsley for a very long time, because it takes quite a while for you to mince down the parsley to small pieces. One thing that would help is that you have a very sharp knife, just to make the process easier. After mincing for about 5 minutes, your parsley should start looking like this, and once it starts looking around this size, that means that they are almost done. An alternative method for cutting all that parsley would be using a food processor. And when using a food processor, what you would want to do is get each stem of parsley and rip off all the leaves and break off the ends. Next, you want to add a tablespoon of salt and around 2 tablespoons of olive oil to your tabouli. Lastly, you want to plate your tabouli in the Lebanese traditional way, which would be to put lettuce leaves around the outside of the plate, and then you put the tabouli in the middle of that plate. And then what you would do is you would get the lettuce leaves and put tabouli on it and eat it like a lettuce sandwich.